Howdy.
Good evening. How do you do?
Vinny?
Yeah, it's not Vinny. Vinny's, he's not here. I'm Mr. Waycrest.
Oh, how you doing, Mr. Waycrest?
I'm doing
Oh,
alright.
you were Vinny for a second.
I'm just looking
Yeah,
for
I
a
got
place.
a glimpse of you.
It's probably, pardon me. I'm looking for a place to, I guess, wait in until daytime. I was looking for one of these, wee houses here. This seems to be
yeah.
all about it tonight.
I'm just out here clearing the biters.
I'll leave you to it, so I think I'll, wait inside this house here.
Alrighty, if you don't mind, I'm gonna come join you.
Alright, very well, you're welcome. Ah, biters! Ah, some bitch!
Run, 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 I got him. Oh, okay.
I was a
They're
surprise.
left in the house, apparently.
I just didn't
Oh.
see.
You alright?
It smacked me good, but I'm gonna be fine. Just a sore jaw. I've been traveling all night, and I'm a bit frustrated because it seems that no one's around whenever I arrive into town during the day. At nighttime, everyone's out and about, and then daytime comes, everyone's closed. It's a bit maddening.
Yeah. Who are you looking for?
I just, the local traders, Vinny, Katie. I heard there's a gun trader in town, I wish to speak to, but I'm trying to do a bit of business verbally, and then if I
I could take you to the gun dealer. He's in. I just got done talking to him.
all right,
I don't know if he'll take you, but I can show you where it's at, and I know he's there.
I could probably persuade him. I'm a
Alright,
man
follow-
of business after all.
Come here. So, whoa. I don't know what that was. Alrighty. So, Mr. Waycrest, right?
Yes. What was your name, if you don't mind me asking?
My name's Maximus. It's nice to meet you.
My pleasure's mine, Maximus.
You have a nice jacket on, sir. You part of like a group or something? Not many people have that pristine of clothes on, unless they're someone important or valued.
Usually I travel with more company, but I run the fight club down in Chernogorsk. I try to keep in good fashion. Looking good is very good for business. It shows giving the right image is a very important thing these days. As they always
Fight
has.
club, huh?
Yes.
I never heard of a fight club. A fight club nowadays? Isn't the world just a fight club?
Yeah, but this was more of a place for entertainment and relaxation than a place of fear and hatred. It's called the Den of Vice. It's a casino, club, and bar. We keep the bar very well stocked.
So, this fight club, right? You say it's like entertainment, so it's kind of like the Colosseum for Romans.
Less blood, but if somebody wants to kill each other in the arena, and they both agree to using knives, I don't see any issue, but usually it's just bare knuckle boxing.
I see. That sounds entertaining. Maybe I'll have to check it out. When would it be open?
It's usually open when I'm around, but Fridays and Saturdays is guaranteed fight nights at the club. And we're preparing for tomorrow's fight by stocking the bar full of liquor and having plenty of food for the guests. It does cost to enter. It is a box of nails, small ammunitions, donation of food, that sort of thing, you see.
You can find some ammunition in these boxes here if you really want to, sir. There's plenty of stuff in these boxes.
I've seen
Maybe
that they
something you
were
would like.
abandoned. I've already come through here recently, but I'll be coming back up here with my friends eventually to do some good trading. But if what's the gun trader's name, if you don't mind me asking, Maximus?
His name's Will. Hey, Wilson, you in?
Brother. Yeah, I'm in here, brother.
Are you
Hello.
are you taking any trades or anything? Or are you just doing inventory right now?
I'm just doing inventory. I'll be open in the morning now. If you want to stick around or come back, I'll be up and open for business.
I don't mind
Alright,
speaking to you into the morning. I don't want to intrude if you're busy currently, but I have some business to discuss once you have time, Mr. Wilson.
Yeah, lovely. Best bets in the morning, bruv. Like I said, I'm just doing some inventory at the moment. I had some new stock in, so I'm just trying to get this wall rack up and running, display the wares, you know.
Very good, very good.
Sort out some other inventory. But yeah, if you want to come back in the morning, bruv, that'd be perfect. I'm happy to speak for as long as you need.
Sounds good. Mr. Maximus, I suppose we could find a place to conversate until daytime. I've slept in the day today,
Yes,
so
sir.
Most of the day, so I'm not very tired.
Yeah, I'm not very tired either. I actually just woke up from a nap and decided to run over to Novy and see who was all around. There's a group of people here, but I didn't really get anybody's names, and they kind of just jetted off. So
I saw a few of them
I
on the
get
way
to meet
down
them.
to the summer camp. I was sleeping next to a campfire for a moment. I've a question.
I'm
This
gonna go
place
to this
seems
red house
to...
over here.
Very good. And this place has seemed to be a bit of a ghost town lately. Every time I arrive, with my security team, I do a bit of trading. It seems always to be very empty and a ghost town. I heard there's been banditry and violence in the area these days, so I'm not quite in the loop, but perhaps you know.
So you said security. I used to do security before all this shit started. That's actually why I'm in Cherno. I was sent here. Originally I'm from the States, from Gun Barrel City, Texas. It's a nice little town, but I was sent here to protect the mayor, but when I got here she tried biting me, and she was very ravenous, and it looked like she had hatred in her eyes. And I had to put her down, and then all of this shit started. So, security. Do you have jobs for security?
You know, I appreciate you
That's what
asking.
I guess I'm trying to ask.
Because usually I'm the one asking around for that kind of stuff. But Mr. Maximus, I do have need for more security at the Fight Club. So far, we have a couple guards, but the more the merrier. We've been a place of business. We're going to attract quite a few people. And I am not a man to be trifled with. I've made that very clear of a few would-be bandits approaching the Den of Vice in the early days. I made quick work of them myself, but one man is nothing against several of well more equipped weaponry, you know. But we do have the head of security, Mr. Fox, but if you would like to join me, Maximus, you can take a trip with me down to Cherno, and you can meet my security team. And then we're going to drive back up here to officially do the trading. I don't know if a fire on wood floor would be such a good idea, Mr. Maximus.
I've done it before. These aren't wood, sir. These are tiles. They just look wood. This is usually the house I'll set up in when it gets dark when I'm around Novy. I've only lit it on fire once, so I think it'll be all right.
Well, I'll be sure to clear out as soon as the fire becomes bad enough, I suppose. But yes, I do have a security business open, and I would like to see what you can do. I'll have you, if you want to join me back down to Cherno, I can show you the compound, and we can do some business there.
Alrighty, that sounds good, sir. Thank you very much.
The goal would be to scare off any would-be bandits or anybody who would be wishing to do harm towards me and my business. Having a good presence reduces the likely chance they are, but also having somebody skilled enough to put down any wrongdoers be quite entertaining, I suppose, as well. But security is very important for a business that I am running these days. There's always somebody who wants what I have, or even there might be competition one day. I hear there's somebody out there trying to start their own fight club, and I haven't met them yet, but I would hate for them to be a rival. I would prefer them to be a business partner. Also...
Oh, of course. Maybe take some of their fighters versus your fighters and put them against each other for profit, you know?
Exactly my thinking, Mr. Maximus. Another thing is, we do gamble there, and occasionally people don't pay their debts. And I unfortunately send out their loan check up to them. They either gain it forcefully or make an impression. I like to have my name not tarnished by those who wish to sabotage what I've created. I've worked very hard towards the business that I am in now these days, and I'm a man of vision, as you can see.
I could definitely tell you're a man of vision. I think me and you have a lot of some good ideas. For the bandits, you were, talking about maybe having fun. Have you ever thought about maybe if there was a group of bandits capturing them and making them fight to the death?
If we had enough men to do that, that would be a very entertaining blood sport, especially for Fridays and Saturdays when we have the real entertainment. But that would be an interesting venue if we do come across them. Perhaps we make holding cells for said bandits, and
Definitely.
Force them to fight in the arena for their crimes. Maybe we can let the people of Novy and the people of Summer Camp know if they have any prisoners. They can take them down to Cherno, where they can be forced to fight for entertainment as their punishment. Survivor of the arena goes free. Loser, of course, dies a gruesome death in the arena.
Definitely. And it was from somebody from their own group, and they had to put them down themselves. It's definitely going to make an impact and have a statement. Word will spread that you're not to be one to be trifled with. You know what I mean, Mr. Waycross?
Yes, and we've already made good examples in the past, but people do forget, or they die, and then their memory is no longer preserved. I tend to keep my my mark on this world as permanent as possible until the day I die.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Usually,
Now, for the
most of
security
our
team.
yes, continue. Sorry,
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, sir.
I was just say usually it's just bare knuckle boxing of two agreeing parties, showing their strength in the arena.
Okay. Now for the security team, you said it's kind of light. What kind of armory are they packing? Like, do you have any long range capabilities?
We have a couple of motions, a couple of hunting rifles for the long range aspect. They are geared with body armor, of course, but we could use something of a higher caliber, such as like a couple of AKs, a couple M4s, something with more of an impact and fear factor, that is. We do have towers, we do have look holes, we have quite a fortification at the club itself, but many won't be getting in too easily, so most of the time would be a waiting game. But if the issue is if they are already in the crowds, we have high points to quickly dispatch those who are causing issues in the crowd. Usually we'd like to use, we have rubber bullets for shotguns, just in case somebody's getting a little too boozy. In the crowd, you can shoot them in the head or something with a rubber round, knock them out, and drag them out. But if they pull a gun, it is lethal force within the fight club.
Okay. Give me 1 second, sir. You might not wanna see this. You know, I'll go in the other room. I'm gonna go repair my pants real quick. Just realized they're damaged. Be right back, sir.
Very well. We've been on a quest journey.
There we go. Put the needle there. Ah, brand new. Whew. Alright, I'm back, sir. Sorry, a little rusty on sewing, you know what I mean? I'm getting better at it slowly, but it's a little hard for me.
Well,
Especially with
Maximus,
gloves on, you know.
it's a good thing that you did approach me, because part of my business in town was looking for more security. Hopefully, maybe people along the road I could figure that they would be quite useful for that task. Our other positions include, we have a bartender, we have a janitor, we have people who go out and promote the club, but I think those positions are all quite filled, so we just need security. I think we're up to 6 now, perhaps, security guards. Some of them are part-time, some of them are full-time, some of them only show up during fight events, but the more the merrier, and some of them we've contracted out from other locations as well. Well, hopefully Wilson will be able to show me what he has on display and what he has in the back, and then we will head back to Cherno, pick up the car, and whatever we need to trade. And we will return as soon as we can for picking up the said weapons.
Okay. Oh, sir.
He must have been sleeping in here. I probably didn't see him by the chair.
Oh. Scared me.
Holy Christmas.
Alright, just
Yikes.
scared me. Oh man, is that you?
It is Dadoshka, yes?
Hey, how you doing? Hey, I found the girl. She was traveling
it's
with me
good.
until she passed out.
She does
Mr.
that a
Waycrest,
lot.
this is Dadushka. He's an older gentleman, but he's a great
Dang,
person.
he's hot in. He's hot in.
I pleasure to discuss.
Hi,
Hey, is that you, Ryan?
Brian, not Ryan.
No, sorry. I thought I heard your voice for a second. I thought it sounded like a Ryan.
Well, this just started like a party. Okay. Well,
well-
Mr. Waycrest, we'll talk business privately some other time. How are you guys?
Very good, very good.
Business. I like business. What business?
Well, I can tell you a little bit about what the business.
I don't know. I just woke up here in corner and they were talking business, so now he's uncomfortable.
I'm Mr. Waycrest.
I woke up in the barn.
Pleasure's mine. What's your name?
Good to meet you. Huh? Brian Fetty.
Brian, it's a pleasure to meet you. Well, I run a little business down in Cherno called the Den of Vice. It's a fight club, casino, and bar. And we're looking for more patrons and fighters of that sort. And I'm here actually in town to advertise it. We have fights Fridays and Saturdays that are guaranteed. Rest of the week is if it happens, it happens. For the most part, it's mostly business as usual. If you're ever interested in that sort of thing, head down to Cherno.
You see, last time I went down to Cherno, I got robbed and beaten, so it's not my favorite place.
You know who did that to you? If it's in Cherno, Cherno is my territory, and I like to keep business clean there. And I have quite a security force that's quite capable. If you can tell me who this bandit is, I like to clean up the messes as they come. As I like people to know
He
that...
did not give me his name, and he said he and his crew run South Cherno, and if he sees me again, he'll kill me.
How long ago was this?
Like 2 or 3 days ago.
Interesting, very interesting. Seems I have some competition entering my territory. I tell you, boys, nobody steps on Mr. Wicker's shoes.
Now,
Maximus,
in fairness, I didn't see anybody with him. He could have been
Sir.
making up the crew part.
Well, it seems I have some work to do in town. When Maximus will return to Den of Vice, we'll gather the other security force and do a swipe over a clean walkthrough of Cherno, because nobody steps on my shoes and gets away with it. And if they're doing bad business
Yes,
in
sir.
Cherno, I am to know of it.
Somebody want to go get firewood?
Yeah, we'll go. Oh,
I have a
I
hatchet.
didn't
That's okay.
realize.
Brian is going.
It's unfortunate that
People,
Brian had
South
to...
Cherno.
Yes, South Cherno. Let me finish first. It's unfortunate that Brian had to engage with some unsavory folks in my town. But I'm making a mark there, and I don't want my area to be known for banditry. I clean up my streets very good, I do. Continued.
I was just saying these bandits in South Cherno. Say we get a little more information from Brian here. I'm sure he has a little more. He knows what they're wearing, because
Not
there were some
really.
people. No? Alright, well there was some people that ran through Novy. They were wearing cowboy hats and skull bandanas. They were robbing and beating people too, so I just didn't know if that was together or not, but clearly not. So we'll definitely go check that out, Mr. Waycrest. Show him what you're about.
Yes. Unfortunately, next time I'll have to make an example that's more sheen. Because the last man I dealt with, it was filled with holes by my little scorpion I keep in my waistcoat. And I've dumped him in the canal, but I think next time I might have to find an old cross and hang him on the entrance into Cherno, and leave a sign with it saying, bandits are frowned upon in extreme manners. Maybe if we let some go after a good beating or two, they might tell their friends of the folks who live in Cherno.
Yes. Sounds wonderful, Mr. Waycrest.
Seems daytime is almost upon us, which I look forward to because I have business to do.
These need automatic weapons to do security. I mean, I got some credits with Mr. Wilson. I got some things that I know he'd be interested in, so definitely see if I could pick up maybe an automatic weapon of some sort.
I wonder if the credits carry over from Katie's place as well, because I do need to assert a credit line under under my name for my employees to use and my associates to use. there would be a password along with my credit line. Perhaps if you would like to merge your credit line into mine, Mr. Maximus, or part of it, it'd be probably a good idea, because my line is open to all who work below me.
Yes, sir. I only have it to get ammo and such, but since you're offering me such a job, I definitely give you the rest of my credits. It ain't much. I think it's only like 4 or 5, but it's something, you know? It's better than nothing.
Yes. I believe my associate, Mr. Smith, you will meet him eventually. He's one of my business partners. He wears a white suit. He's quite the entertaining fella, but usually he's indulges in coding a little too much at moments, so he can be a bit of a loose cannon. And my other partner is Vadim. You will meet them eventually.
Okay, okay.
Brian, hopefully next time if you decide to make a trip down to Cherno, it'll be a lot more favorable. I'll be sure to clean up the streets. I apologize that you had to endure such uncomfortable encounters in my town.
Yeah, I'm generally a man of healing people, but if he had not gotten the complete drop on me, I probably would have killed him.
So you're a doctor then? Or becoming one?
Medic in training, combat medic, all in all, just help people.
Well then, Brian, perhaps you might take up my offer then. Since I do run a fight club, the boxers occasionally need to be cleaned up and looked at after a good fight. Perhaps you'll be willing to move to Cherno, and we'll give you a place to live, a place to eat and drink, and a place of safety. If you're willing to take up my offer, we do need a doctor. We are lacking.
I'm still waiting to see what's going on with the summer camp before I do anything, because I haven't heard from Gabby or Isaac yet, and I need to make sure they make it back okay before I make any sorts of decisions like that. But I will keep it in mind.
Today.
Were they?
Well, yes. I tried to tell them about Rick, but they don't seem to understand. They think I am looking for this Rick, but they need to know how dangerous this Rick is to Gabby.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Now, Mr. Waycrest, you said you need a doctor. I've recently been protecting this girl. She's 16, but she knows a whole hell of a lot about medics. She's patched me up a couple times. If Brian here doesn't want to take your offer, I'm sure she'd be great for cleaning up fighters. She knows how to stitch. So anything you really need to know, she can do. Just ask the old man here. He traveled
so wait,
with us.
you did not want to expose her to the harshness of life, but yet you want her to work in casino and fight club and bar?
I watched her execute a man this morning. I watched her pull out a 223 round from my leg, and then in turn I watched her kill about a dozen walkers while I was limping home. She's well aware of this world now. She doesn't need my protection, but yet she wants it. So I've been protecting her, but
I can show you this venue is a lot safer than the roads out there. Yes, we may gamble, we may drink, and we may enjoy a good fight, but there are rules and regulations.
I am just referring to his attitudes yesterday, how he was treat her, and then today he says she's now combat medic. So I just want to make
well,
sure.
she knows a whole hell of a lot more than what I thought yesterday. Today's a new day. I don't know if I'll ever see her again, but I know she was at the last place I was sleeping, and maybe she runs around Novy a lot, but that's only if Brian here doesn't take the offer, and Mr. Waycrest would be okay with it.
Well, here's the thing. First come, first serve. That's how I work. If Mr. Brian is waiting and somebody else takes the open available spot for employment, then that employment spot should be taken by the first person who is qualified.
Of course, sir.
Yes. Hopefully, Mr. Wilson is ready for business, and we can conduct the business and head back to Cherno and collect my car, and we can head back here with the security team to finalize our trades. because I don't want to be carrying it by hand the way back. I'd rather return here with a vehicle and my security team, so that our transaction is uninterrupted by those who seek to do us harm.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Wilson,
I'll be
could
with you
you
the
dispatch
whole
that
time.
body, please?
Yes, sir.
Good work. Good work.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, Mr. Wilson. Good morning, person in Mr. Wilson's gun establishment.
Okay.
Good morning.
Morning.
Is Mr. Wilson in?
guys.
Is that Wilson?
Yeah, I'm just moving some bits around. So excuse me, I'm a bit delayed, but I will shout at you through my tent wall. Yeah, crack on, mate.
I don't mind waiting. I'm a very patient man.
How can I help? That's all right. I'm
Looks
just
so
shifting
good.
bits around, to be honest. Catch you later, Hayden.
Well, we're ready to do business whenever you are, Mr. Wilson.
So I'm just moving some bits around in the tent at the moment, but do carry on speaking. I am listening. I'm just I can't really show my face at the moment. So,
Well, Mr. Wilson,
I'm
I
in a
have
pile of ammo.
some news for you and some business opportunities. I come from Cherno. I have a club called the Den of Vice. It's a fight club, bar, and casino. And we're looking to arm up my entire security force, and we're looking to do a big trade here. Good for business, and perhaps we can come to a deal. Maybe also, maybe you can promote the fight club from your store as well. That's what I seek to gain.
okay, what sort of guns you looking for you?
Something of the higher caliber. My men tend to be using a lot of guns we've scavenged from police stations and around town, but I think maybe a couple of AKs or something of a higher caliber would do the job.
Yeah, man. Okay. Yeah, I haven't got anything in at the stock at the moment that large caliber. Like pretty much what you see up in the gun rack is what I've got right now.
Oh, interesting.
I am getting some new stock in later today, though, I hope. But I'm not sure what time that will be. But yeah, it should definitely be getting something in.
What is that gun below the
I can't.
the shotgun of the silencer?
The one with the silencer, that'll be an M19. It's like a bit like the M1, but it fires 9mm instead of 5.56. It's a nice little gun actually, very quiet because it's a 9mm. It's pretty definitely silent with the silencer on it. It's a nice little gun though.
I think that might
Or do you mean the one above that?
the
One above the silencer?
yeah, the one above the
Sorry,
silencer,
that-
the mag.
That's a B52. So that is that's kind of high caliber. It's 7.62 by I want to say 4.5.
39.
I can't remember. Yes, 39. That's it.
7.62
Same
by
as the
39.
yeah, same as the KAM. Uses the same mags as well, except it has fittings for American scopes, but it also uses the Russian silencers, which are a bit easier to come by than the American ones. So it's kind of the best of the both worlds kind of thing. It's quite recoily, it's a bit loud, but it is a little workhorse if you put it to work.
How many do you have in stock?
I have one in stock right now. I'm hoping to get another 2 later on today, I think. So I should have a couple of them.
Perhaps if you have 2 of them later today, perhaps consider all 3 sold. What would you like for them? What do you need?
Lovely. Generally, it depends what you want with them. I am lacking silencers right now, but I have got scopes galore. So do you know what sort of scopes do you want? Like at the moment, I think it's got an ATOG on it.
We
so it's got range and
we have plenty of attachments back at the Den of Vice,
Range.
but we just lack the guns themselves.
Okay. Well, if you just want a gun, do you need magazines as well?
Probably.
Okay. Well, if we do it like I usually say about 3 mags per, so 1 in and 2 extras. I could probably do that for like, say about 15 credits a piece. So that'd be 45 total. We could make it like 44 or something. Yeah, we'll round it off even to make it a bit easier for you. But as you're doing a bulk deal, and we'll knock a couple extra off as well. But yeah, so I'd say yeah, 40 to 50, depending on what you want with it. If you just want the basics, yeah, probably I could probably do it for 40. I'd need to check with my supplier, see what he wants back in terms of profit and stuff. But yeah, probably like 40 for all 3.
All right. How does this credit system work? I've heard stories of it, but do you take any other supplies such as nails or anything of that sort?
Primarily, it's batteries. It's your best bet. It's 2 credits per battery. You also take stacks of nails. So generally, a box of nails is like 2 as well. But the market for nails is slowly falling. So if you got them spare, it's best to spend them soon, I would say.
I need one moment.
Take...
I'm getting quite the headache. I need to take a second.
Sure.
I'll get to the conversation in a moment. If you want to do some talking for me, Mr. Maximus, do that, please.
How you doing, Wilson?
I'm alright, mate. I'm alright. I'm loving this gun rack.
Yeah,
there's some
when
interesting pieces on there at the moment, actually.
I was gonna say, I seen you put some more guns on there. From the last time I seen it, I actually went back and I built a random one. I just put it in a barn. I just wanted to see what it looked like. Like, it looks pretty interesting. I like it.
Yeah. But yeah, I got a couple of old classics on there at the moment. I don't know how long I'll keep it for, but yes, we've got the K98, we've got the SKS, I've got an SVT. What was the other one I picked up? Oh yeah, the G43.
Pardon me, I get some horrible headaches occasionally, and it takes a moment for them to subside.
Nice. That's alright, brother. You know, it happens to us all. But yeah, so 40 credits, batteries, nails. I also do take other weapons in trade if they're decent. Nothing basic, nothing you find in the average garden shed, but something interesting like a Stechkin automatic pistol, might be interested in that. Glock 18s, the automatic ones. Always interesting magazines as well. So like Glock 18 mags, Glock 19 mags.
Okay.
MP7 mags. M14 parts are especially rare at the moment. So if you've got any M14 parts, either magazines or rails.
We have quite supply back at camp, so we will come by with what we think it would be valuable to, plus nails, plus batteries. We have quite the surplus of batteries. I do have 9 credits over at Katie's. I don't know if the credits are interchangeable.
No, they are separate, I'm afraid.
Separate, okay.
It's 2 different stores, yeah.
All right, and then...
but yeah, in regards to other trades, we do take certain types of ammo, but I have got a lot of ammo at the moment. To be honest, the only types of ammo I'm really looking for, 9mm, the 9x19. That is very popular at the moment, very hard to get hold of. So if you've got a stash of that, that would go down well.
Yes.
And also the 338 Lapua Magnum rounds. If you can find any of them, they are like fucking gold dust, and I will pay out the arse for those.
Oh, you're very lucky then, Mr. Wilson. I can accommodate.
Oh. Beautiful.
I'll have to be back for it. I wanted to confirm our trade first, but then I'll have to be back with a vehicle of these supplies.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Yeah, like I said, I'm not sure what time my supplies are coming in. Hopefully sometime tonight. I just don't know when the guy's coming in to drop stuff off, but I do know, like I said, I've got a couple coming in.
Very good.
If I don't have them all in, you can take whatever stock I've got at the time, and then we can finish the trade up once they do come in. I will hold your credits if you want to.
I would like to establish a line of credits under my name, with a password for my employees to use as well.
Yep, perfect. Yes, that can be done. Not.
I think we.
I'll have to write it down for you somewhere, but basically, if somebody comes in asking to use Mr. Wake's credit line, they have to give you a password. I would say a 4-digit code, and that's what would be used to permit them to use it in the store.
Yeah, that would be fine. Not a problem. I'm fine with setting up a business account, basically. Yeah, that would be very doable. Not a problem. Did you want to do that when you come back with the trade stuff rather than
yes,
sorting that out? No? Beautiful. Okay, yeah, we'll set up something for that once you're back, and yeah, we'll make sure we got a nice little secure trading thing going on, and that sounds wonderful.
Good doing business
Let me
with
get
you,
this
Mr. Wilson. I appreciate your
Yeah.
trade. Farewell.
Lovely to meet. It's Mr. Waycrest, was it?
Correct.
Beautiful. All right, Mr. Waycrest, I shall see you some other time. Hopefully
Very good.
soon.
Have a good one, Mr.
travel safe,
Wilson.
brother.
Maximus
Take
will
care, mate.
will be returning to Churro now to establish our trade, and we'll be returning by car.